Hey guys, I can't wait to show you 15 do-it-yourself spring and Easter home decor using Dollar Tree items. For this DIY,
I'm going to be using 2 of these wire candy canes and I'm going to turn it into a carrot. So as you see me turn them opposite sides, once I position them exactly where I want them, I'll go ahead and zip tie them together. And here I'm just showing you where I zip tied them together.
I'm going to go in with some orange mesh and cover the whole entire carrot. This is how it looked with one roll of mesh, and I'm going in with the second one. I'm going to use some jute cord to create some lines on my carrot.
And this is how it's looking so far. And I'm also going to use some onion grass. And using a piece of jute cord, I'm going to tie them together by adding some hot glue. And now I'm going to cut an opening at the top of my carrot, and then I'm going to slip my onion grass through there. And to hold it in place, I added a piece of jute cord to the back of it, and all I did is just add some hot glue and then place my jute cord over it. And then lastly, I added this bow that I had made earlier.
For this next DIY,
I'm going to be using this wooden bunny from Dollar Tree and also these napkins. I'm only going to be using the printed side of the napkin, so what I'm going to do is pull both papers apart as you see me do there. Next, I'm going to apply some Mod Podge over my entire bunny. And now I'm going to come in with my printed napkin and I'm going to place it over my bunny and just smooth it out with my hands. And then I'll come in with my Mod Podge one more time. So now once the Mod Podge has dried, it's time for me to cut the paper off the edges of my bunny.
I'll be using these nail files to smooth off the edges because I don't have a sanding block. That's why I am using these and they work just fine. This planter is from a previous DIY, so I'm going to be reusing it, and what I did is just paint it white and then distressed it a little bit by adding some black color in the edges and just in different areas, and I just also looped it with some nautical rope on the sides. I'll be adding my bunny. I'll also be adding some green Excelsior and also some speckled eggs. And I couldn't forget some spring flowers to my planter.
And I couldn't resist this Dollar Tree bunny bottoms, so I added one to my planter. How cute is that?
Now this is going to be an easy, no skills required DIY.
You know how Dollar Tree has these Easter baskets and they're all so cute. I love this one with bunny ears. Well, what I use this for is just a plant holder. So all I did is just put a plant with flowers into my basket and voila, there you go. You have a cute spring Easter decor. Now for this DIY, I'm going to be using this wire wreath. And I'm going to take this Dollar Tree ribbon and I'm going to wrap it around my wreath. But first I'll start off by hot gluing the ribbon onto the back. Dollar Tree has these really cute bunnies in this brown color and white. So I'm going to be attaching this brown one onto my wreath and I'm going to be hot gluing him. So I hot glued the top of his head and then also down at the bottom. And also from Dollar Tree, I'm going to be attaching this wire carrot next to the bunny. So I'm gonna wrap the bunny's arm around the carrot and then I'm gonna hot glue it. And then I hot glued these little carrots along the side of the wreath. Now these carrots, I had used them in a previous DIY and that's why it has some onion grass attached to it. Dollar Tree has these gift bags and they're shaped like little carrots. I think they're adorable. I'll be using one of these bags and I'll be placing it in between the wires from my wire carrot. I also added some onion grass in the pocket of my little carrot. And then lastly, I took these larger Dollar Tree carrots and I put them into the pocket. And then I took this bow and I put it at the top of the carrot.
For this project,
I used this tin planter and what I did is I gave it some coat of paints and I started off with some chalk paint in the color white. And then I went in with this Waverly chalk paint in the color mineral. I didn't wait for the white paint to dry when I went in with the second color. And I'm going to be doing the same thing with the third color. And then I went in with this color called Chocolate Bar, and this is from Apple Barrel. And now to soften all the colors, I used this damp paper towel. And all I did was just blot it all around and just to give the paints to kind of marry together and just give it a nice soft color. And once the paint's dry, this is how it turned out.
Next, I'm going to apply this stick-on that reads carrots. I created this on my Cricut. I'm also going to add these wooden cutouts by hot gluing them around the top of my planter. I used some green Excelsior to fill in my planter. I added these carrot picks and also this packet of carrot seeds. I hot glued a piece of stick to it and then I just put it inside my planter.
For this next DIY, I'm going to be using this willow wreath. And I'll also be using this Dollar Tree microfiber cloth. And what I'm going to do with this is cut it in strips. So what I'm going to do is fold it twice and then cut my strip. And the reason that I did it this way is I felt that I would get a straighter line for my strips. And so then I use this as a pattern to cut the rest of them. So I was able to cut 4 strips with this much left over. And so now what I'm gonna do is wrap my wreath using those strips.
Once I covered my entire wreath, I went back in with some more hot glue and applied where needed. I'm sure by now you've seen all of these bunny headbands at Dollar Tree. I brought this one home with me so that I can add it to my wreath. So what I did is break off the side bands and also in between the 2 ears. I did have to use my wire cutters because the plastic was pretty hard. I went in with some hot glue to apply the ears to the top of my wreath. And I couldn't resist these bunny feet, so I applied them also to my wreath.
And lastly, I'm gonna add this bow that I had made earlier.
Now for this next project, I'm going to be taking this wooden bunny from Dollar Tree, and all I'm going to do is cover it with some moss. I'll be using some hot glue to glue on the moss, and I'll be doing sections at a time. And then I'll be taking my scissors to cut around the edges of my bunny just to give my bunny a good clean haircut. And then lastly, I'm going to be hot gluing these pink flowers to the top of my bunny's head. For this next DIY, I'll be using these stackable planters from Dollar Tree.
Have y'all been to Dollar Tree lately? Have you seen these ceramic water cans? I think they're so adorable. I picked up one for this next project coming up. So in starting this project, the first thing that I did is start to paint my planters. I used some acrylic paint in the color Key West.
I painted all 3 of my planters with the same color. Once the paint was dry, I stacked them up and then I added some green moss and also some green carrots.
And remember the ceramic water can from Dollar Tree? I'm going to be using this as well. And this also comes with its own acrylic paint.
So I used the paints that it came with. This is a nice project that you can do with your kids or your grandkids. The set did come with a paintbrush, but it was too small, so I used my own. And this is how it turned out. And then all I did was place it on top of my planter, just like this. Now I had this ring with this greenery from a previous project that I had done. Now if you'd like to do this project, Dollar Tree does have these grass wreath rings, and all you have to do is just add some greenery to one of the rings. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of these Dollar Tree signs that say hop, and I'm just going to attach it to my ring. I'm telling you, Dollar Tree has really cute items that you don't have to do anything to them, but use them like this on your wreaths if you'd like to, and you are good to go. So I'm just adding some hot glue there on the corners, and then I'm going to tie the hanger up at the top of the ring, and then just add a little bit of hot glue. And then lastly, I just added this bow that I had made with Dollar Tree ribbon. Now here's another no skills required DIY. All I'm going to do is hot glue this candle stand to this glass vase. Now the reason that I used hot glue is because I don't want this to be permanent. I will be using these 2 items separately later on. If you decide to do this project, then you want it to be a permanent item, then go ahead and use super glue or E6000. And so all I'm going to do with this is just layer it with some moss and some of those speckled eggs.
And then in the center of the vase, I'm just gonna tie it with some twine. Now this is such an easy Easter decor. And for this next DIY, I picked up some of these Dollar Tree Easter eggs. Okay, so using this Dollar Tree wreath, what I'm gonna do is wrap some raffia around it, and then I'm gonna hot glue the eggs onto it. This is a super duper easy Easter wreath to make.
And then once I was done adding the raffia, I hot glued these eggs around my wreath.
For this next project, I picked up this Happy Easter bunny riding a bicycle wall decor from Dollar Tree. I thought it was absolutely adorable. So I started by just removing the hanger from it. Dollar Tree has this bicycle wheel wreath ring, and so I thought this would be perfect to go with this wall decor. I'm going to be using some jute cord to outline the whole entire wheel. I'm going to start hot gluing the cord in the center of the wheel. And then I took some of these purple flowers and I hot glued the stem to the back. And to reinforce them, I added some duct tape. And then I took the bicycle and I added it on to my wheel and I hot glued it there in the center and also on the back side. Now this is going to be another simple wreath. I took a crafter square wood bead wreath and I hot glued some of these lilies only at the bottom half of the ring. But before I would hot glue them, I cut the lilies off their stem.
I also attached this bow that I had previously made. I also decided to add some lilies to the bow. Next time you're at Dollar Tree, pick up these clay pots. I'm going to show you how to create an Easter topiary.
And 2 bags of these foam eggs. So with this thick piece of cardboard paper, I went ahead and I created a cone simply by just rolling the side as you see me do there. And to hold it in place, I added some hot glue along the side. Next, I trimmed off the bottom so that it could be even. Next, I added some hot glue around the rim of the pot, and then I simply just placed my cone over it. And then I hot glued some green moss to my cone. And so this is how it turned out once I put all my moss to my cone. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is just hot glue these small foam eggs.
I'm going to show you how easy it is to create some Easter pillows using these totes. I picked these up from Dollar Tree. If your Dollar Tree does not have them, perhaps you can find some fabric totes somewhere else. And I also picked up a pack of these bunny felt garland. These are just adorable. You can make so many projects with these. Dollar Tree also has these yarn kits, and they have this in pink and in white. So I picked up a pack of each. Now I'm going to start off by removing the handles from this tote, and I'm just going to simply cut them off. Okay, so I'm going to be working on the blank side of this tote. And remember these cute felt bunnies? Well, I'm going to be using 3 of them, and I'm going to hot glue them to the blank side of the tote. I went ahead and I used some of this ribbon to create some bows for my bunnies. And all I did is hot glue the bows to my bunnies. And if you haven't guessed now, I'm going to make a pillow. So all I'm going to do is stuff it with some cotton from an old pillow that I had. And then by using some hot glue, I'm going to seal the top. And then from the yarn craft kit, I'm going to use those pink pom-poms to attach them to my pillow. And I'll simply be hot gluing them. If you wanted to throw these in the wash, you would have to sew on the bunnies and also the pom-poms. I'm not going to be doing that since this is only a seasonal decor for my home. Well, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. You have yourself a blessed day.